Oh, it's that time. We are going to cover Tim Vigil's EO. Oh, yeah. Or as I like to call it, porn the comic book. Because you thought Faust was insane with sex? Well, EO literally is just about sex. So, this is a bizarre comic by our boy Tim Vigil. It is beautifully drawn, as usual. But, yeah, all the way down to the cover. I mean, the cover is absolutely insane. Such a weird cover. I imagine if I saw this, I would be like, that looks weird. I have to buy it. But the cool thing about this comic book is when you open it up, you got a dude clearly fucking somebody. And awesome painting, by the way. Love the anatomy as usual when we're looking at a Tim Vigil comic. And then, of course, you get something like that, like which is a very Albrecht Dürer feel to it. Very interesting. So let's take a look at this. We start out with this very odd, I would say Mobius like splash page. My one big criticism when it came to Tim Vigil, sorry, I just wanted to see what year this was. No, I don't know what year it is. 92. One of my big criticisms when it comes to Tim Vigil is his perspective in those Faust comics, but man, was I wrong. That is great. Just great perspective work by our boy Tim Vigil. And you open it up, and the insanity starts. And wow, heavily detailed, beautiful comic. Great women, awesome at drawing women, and yeah, man, look at that, the amount of detail. So I know that the writer on this book, I think there's supposed to be like a few more issues than there are. There are only two, and I believe the writer on this book, uh, from what I had heard from a Tim Vigil interview with cartoonist Kayfabe, the writer on the book did not want to be associated with this, I guess, which is quite interesting because this is a beautifully drawn book. Just, I feel like there's more detail in this than there is in Faust, and there's a ton of detail in Faust. I don't know if he was doing this when he got bored of doing Faust, but man, the work is insane. Beautiful drawings. And it's just, oh man, it's just so good. So good. I mean, look at the amount of detail on the stuff just in the background. Like those bottles on the shelves. Great stuff. Man. Man, oh man. Did that chick just kill that dude with her vagina? I don't know. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm looking at here other than amazing drawings. Tim Vigil has to be one of the most bizarre comic book artists that ever existed. Like, wow, just the amount of detail. I wonder what it would be like if he actually like hooked up with like. I mean, I'm not saying that these writers aren't good, but like if he had hooked up with like an insanely good writer. Imagine like Neil Gaiman and Tim Vigil doing a book together. Could you imagine that? What would that even be? Man, I love that face. That's a great face drawing. I mean, it's just so great. I mean, look at the man. Look at the perspective on that and those buildings. Those buildings look great. What a great skyline. Great blimp drawing. Just everything is great. I mean, that's the thing is when you want to become an artist, you have to learn how to draw everything. And he draws the boring stuff just as much as he draws the interesting stuff. I love how the dudes always have ginormous cocks too. They're all hanging like 11-inch dongs. So here we go with Sex the comic book, or Porn the comic book. I love the arm striations there. It's fucking insane. I think that dude just fucked that chick to death, by the way. I think he does that a lot. That's some sick fucking shit right there. Literally ripped her fucking vag hole up. Fucking the absurdity of this comic book. That is a great drawing, by the way. Look at those forearm muscles. Man. And then, of course, we get the drawing of the dude's cock on the chick's face. That's got to be like a 3-foot dong. Actually, I have, I think I've shown that before in his sketchbook that I showed in one of my previous videos. I think this might be Tim Vigil at his best, artistically. I mean, he's a great artist now, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there was so much. Okay, there's clearly a chick's gaping vag hole in her butthole. Very nice. And then, yeah, another great piece on the inside. And here we go. So yeah, let me know if you've read this comic before and have ever seen this comic before, because this is quite the interesting read. I mean, did it need 2 issues? I don't know. Apparently, it was going to go on much longer, but would have liked to have seen where it would have gone. Yeah. I love how his dick changes in size. Like the other one, he had like a 3-foot dong. Now he's just got like a foot long dong. You gotta keep that cock consistency, bro. That's my one gripe with Tim Vigil. He doesn't keep cock consistency. There's just no cock consistency. I don't know if I saw like the veins in the muscles when he drew Faust. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean this dude's just fucking chicks to death. I mean that's literally all he does. Man, look at that drawing of that church, inside that church. The amount of detail that went into that. Insane. And the stippling and the line work and like even doing the lines of the wood or the rings of the wood. Pure insanity as usual. I cannot tell if she is trying to have sex with the statue of Jesus. Yeah. You don't want to bring this to your Bible study, that's for sure. I have to look close to this because I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Is he getting head from one I don't whatever. Guess he's having a 3-way here. And then of course, as usual, he fucks them all to death. I mean, the absurdity of what I'm even looking at. Is her head off? Did he just blow her head off? And now his dick is like 18 feet long. Like what the fuck, man? I don't know. Maybe his dick gets bigger as he gets more. Maybe when he's walking around with. Well, I mean, whatever. I'm not talking about cock hardness. It's just called his cock the comic book. Man. That is a great drawing, by the way. There's a lot of great. And then he just rips the chick in half. I think we're looking at 2 dudes with a lot of sexual frustration, perhaps. Who knows? If I can remember, I think he fucks dudes too. Yeah, he's getting a BJ. So like he literally just fucking he's fucking dudes to death too. Which, whatever. I mean, that's your thing. Cool. Go for it. Great. Just great. Like this is insane and this is like if Tim Vigil, was like I'm going to create the Hulk and just have him and like have him fuck everybody to death. What an insane fucking comic book. What an insane comic. And there he kind of goes with that basic perspective and like the basic buildings there, but it's still great. Man, the way he draws anatomy is just insane. I mean, look at the fucking look at the light. Look at the traffic light. Man, that looks great. I know that's probably screen tone, but still looks great. And then here we go. And then it was supposed to be a mini series of 4, and there is only 2 issues. So, yeah. Man, oh man, what a bizarre comic. And I'm so thankful that I actually, at this point, don't have a big following because I can show the absurdity of these comic books on YouTube, and I don't have to worry. But I'm sure as my channel grows, these videos are going to be removed. Hopefully, I don't get like strikes against me. But I mean, it's fucking art, so I mean, whatever. I don't know, but I consider it art. I mean, obviously, how can you not? Yeah, try to open up 2 page. I mean, how could you not consider that art? It's insane. It's insane stuff. I mean, it's fucking awesome. And I love Tim Vigil. And this is the kind of shit that makes me go, I love Tim Vigil because he is the most absurd comic book artist out there. And the way he draws is absolutely insane and maniacal. And I love it. And it's heavily detailed. And yeah, so I'm happy that I could show you guys this book because I think it's one of the more absurd comic books that exists, in my opinion. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And that was EO by our man, Tim Vigil, the king of weird underground outlaw comics that have a lot of sex and a lot of violence. And I think it was always, how can I make something more absurd than Faust? And he achieved that many, many times. I would like to look at the humble beginnings of Tim Vigil at some point, and I'm probably going to. We'll take a look at Grips. I don't know if we've looked at Omega on the channel before. I'll have to double check that, but I'll probably look at that as well. I think I'm going to do a video on his early stuff, on his early works, before he did Faust and EO. But yeah, that's it, I guess. Thank you guys.